And it's going to end where?
In the street.
So we must be consistently, because one thing about being in the street, and some of you learned that today, when the police, all this police brutality out here, we had a white officer come up in the crowd and try to stop a sister. That's right. From moving. Not the brothers in the hood.
Come on.
But a sister. We have it. Out of all the people in the crowd.
Got rolled
one white officer by himself. That's how bold he was. And if it wasn't for the men out here standing up,
that's right,
and was saying, no, we're not having it today.
That's right.
This is how the incidents happen with Trayvon. This is how it starts. With them following you, tracking you down, and harassing you. But you got to know how to deal with them.
That's right.
So we must educate each other on how to do that. And we're willing to continue to do that. So I want to thank you. Thank you again. All the brothers and sisters is out here, especially the children.
Oh, yes.
To be curing the little children and having them be our next leaders in our community, that's a big plus. That's what we're fighting for, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to thank you all again. We will continue to be out here. And each one touch one. Let everybody know what happened today. Spread the word, because the next one we have, we're going to double the numbers. Because everybody here, we expect you to bring somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Steve.
Right, Dr. Palmer.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much. One of the things that's important, as Steve said, and as Marte said, you cannot come to these rallies without learning something. Right. One of the things that happened when I saw the police stop out, I was not in the car. You need to always have your camera.
Yes.
You need to hack your cell phones, and you need to make sure you do two things. One is you want to always take a picture of everyone in the crowd. Someone right now needs to make sure they take a picture of everyone in the crowd.
Yes.
That lets you know who was there.
Yes.
It also lets you know whether or not you have an agent provocateur. Whether or not you have somebody who works for the police department who's incognito amidst your group. So what happens is you put them on blast. When Steve pointed out about what happened with the sister, it was a Kodak moment. I wasn't there, I was in the car going down, but
you got it on camera?
Was an opportunity to put it on camera, take a picture of the provocateur, the policeman, his face, his badge, or her face if it's a woman, and you put it on YouTube. Have your camera set for YouTube. Make them famous. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's all about organizing. It's all about knowing what to do. And moms, one of the things that we've been going through this a long time, Trayvon Martin is merely the face of 400 years of oppression. One of my former students, Dr. Mark Lamontel, who writes for the Daily News, wrote a piece this week to talk about the fact that what you have is you have many white people saying, well, what about the black-on-black crime? Well, the question is, what about the black-on-black crime? Where does the black-on-black crime come from? The black-on-black crime comes from the devaluation of everybody. But that's what's taken you devalue their life. When they're forced into servitude and free labor, you devalue their life. When you had people who look different than them be elevated over them, you devalued their life. You promoted white skin privilege and black skin disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
This is 400 years. Now tell me this. How many years does it take to socialize somebody into having this sense of worthlessness? If you look at the way 400 years later, fast forward, if you look at the way in which African Americans or blacks are being treated, particularly young black males, they're the highest rate of illiteracy, the highest rate of dropout, the highest rate of poverty, the highest rate of unemployment. You understand what I'm saying? You get the devaluation. They have the highest rate of AIDS amongst young blacks, the highest rate of HIV,
Yes.
the highest rate of communicable diseases,
Yes.
the highest rate of prison incarceration.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? This is the devaluation of life.
That's right.
If in fact, and most people know it, if in fact you say to a young person who has not been educated about it, tell me something. If you commit a crime against a person who looks like you, a black person, versus you committing a crime against somebody who does not look like you, as a white person, what do you think the consequences are? Are they more severe for the person who looked like you, or the person who you hurt who didn't look like you?
Come on now.
And what will they tell you? They know intuitively that the value of their life and people who look like them are less. And consequently,
Yes.
they know that there's a higher consequence for attacking a white person. Now, the point is not to be, the point is to understand the phenomenon
Yes.
and teach your children.
Yes.
The black on black crime is a consequence of the devaluation of black life. That the value, when you look at the way in which blacks are treated in the prison system, more arrests for petty crimes that many times whites get off from.
Come on now.
It is the devaluation of life. Please, ladies and gentlemen, understand. When folks come at you talking about the black on black crime, most black folks don't want any black on black crime. It's their children being killed. But most black folks don't understand where it comes from. And until you get black Americans to begin to what? Self-fulfill, loving themselves,
That's right.
protecting themselves,
That's right.
honoring themselves,
Right.
honoring their grandmothers and their great-grandparents and their mothers and fathers,
That's
honoring
right.
their brothers and their sisters,
That's right.
honoring the children who look like them, and other children who don't look like them, honoring life.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to
Yes.
That's what you need in order to overcome
Yes.
the black on black crime.
That's right.
Black on black crime is all about the fact that most black people have a sense of self-hatred.
Yes.
It's hidden.
Yes.
Most black people need white affirmation. It's hidden.
Yeah.
The value of life is not important unless it's somehow affirmed by whites.
That's right.
A white man's ice is colder than a black man's ice.
Yes.
That's right.
Come on now.
That's only because we've been socialized. And what happens is every culture, every civilization, what you find is if you want to control and oppress them, you negate them first. Women in American society, women are less than men. So consequently, they are what? Devalued. And you'll have many women do what? Be against women on men issues. Look at the Clinton case, a famous case. Bill Clinton, the President of the United States, has all the power in the world. What does he do?
Yeah.
He winds up having an excursion with a young aide and his girl. Most of the women want to blame her.
Yes. Most of the women.
And maybe
Come
she
on.
was a co-conspirator, a co-partner. But the reality was he had the power.
That's right.
And the women like NOW organizations, etc., because they expected to get more from Clinton, they threw her under the bus. And that's what we do. If we think somehow that we got an advantage by throwing one of us under the bus, we'll do it in a heartbeat.
That's right.
Save your babies.
That's right.
Teach them about the value of life.
That's right.
Teach them that by loving themselves first, loving and honoring their parents, and loving and honoring their great parents, and loving and honoring the people next to them in all facets. You won't be able to love anybody outside the race until you love the race first.
That's right.
Okay? So I just want to give that message to you, a learning message. Please understand, take it home. And that's not hate. Not hate. It's about self-love.
That's right.
Know the difference. It's about self-love. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Right. Right.
Because he killed